All right, this video that has just been shown up here, if you have been online for a while now, you will see that this particular video has been trending. It has been trending. I am the bouncer in that video, and I want to give you a recount or an order of what actually transpired that led to that incident that has occurred in that video. This incident occurred on the 4th of August 2026. That was a Tuesday, I think. If I'm not mistaken, that is over 2 weeks ago. I was at work at the lounge where I work, but personally I would not mention the brand name for personal reasons. Due to personal reasons, I will not mention the brand name where I work for. But I was at work that day. I was on duty, discharging out my normal duties effectively as per my job description. Very good and fine. When I was discharging my duties, when one of the managers walked up to me and told me that some particular set of girls were inside the lounge, that they did not want them inside the lounge because they usually do come to pick money, thereby disrupting parties, picking customers' money, leading to customers complaining badly, because most people do come to the club for paparazzi. They just spray their money, gather their money and take it back home, and they become pained when they are not able to get all the money that they sprayed back home. And this particular set of people would always come around to pick people's money, which does not sit right with the lounge policies. We don't allow that there. Good and fine. I went into the lounge. I walked up to where these girls were seated. There were 5 of them. There were 5 of these girls seated at the table, occupying the table, and the table was empty. I walked up to them diplomatically. I was very, very diplomatic in my dealings with them. I met one. I asked her, "Did you come here with any man?" Because we believe that if ladies come with men, there's a very high possibility that these men are coming to spend. So we will let them be. She said, yeah, she came with a man. Obviously, it was deceitful, for sure. I asked, where is the man? She could not provide the man. I told her, since you cannot provide the man, either you go and meet the man where he is, or you leave the premises. Very simple. I was lenient enough. I was very, very lenient enough with them. I walked away from there, went to one of the waitresses and asked her, please go to that table and collect their order from them, which she did. I stood there and I was watching. She went to their table and asked them, what would you like to order? They were not able to place any order. And now this is something, you cannot be in a club premises, in a lounge premises, and you are not patronizing. You are occupying space, you are occupying a table where potential customers who are likely to spend and patronize the company would want to sit. And now everywhere is filled up. When these customers come, they don't see space to stay. They go home or they go away from there, thereby bringing loss or bringing drop of sales to the company. Now it is not allowed. You are occupying space. You are not patronizing. I walked up to them again. This was an interval of over 2 to 3 minutes, so I was very lenient with them. This was the second time, remember, that I walked up to them. When I walked up to them, I told them, please, you have to leave quietly. You have to leave. The management frowns at your presence here. We do not want your presence in our premises. Please kindly leave us. 3 out of these 5 guests stood up. They cooperated so very well. They stood up and were about leaving. 2 others resented, with one resenting more adamantly, stating that she came for a birthday party, which I knew clearly this was not the first time they had made appearance in this place to pick money. And I knew so well and I knew clearly that she was not here for a birthday party. Now, the table they were seated at was different from the reserved tables for the birthday celebrant and her guests. So this alone shows that they were not invited guests of this birthday party, since they were not at this table. I had to still tell her and ask her, please leave. Please leave us. The management has asked you to leave. Very simple. She restrained order. And we all know very, very well that even in the Nigerian law, this is what it states. When force can be necessary under the Nigerian law. Here we have self-defense. We have, let me go to something that correlates with the situation. They say, yeah, you have removing trespassers and ejecting disorderly persons. You get? So many people want to ask, why did you resort in using force, or why did you pick her up? Because actually, when I asked her to leave and I saw that she was going to create a scene, I picked her up. I picked her up on my shoulders, took her outside gently. I know many people want to say, why did you do such? Why did you do such? Why did you pick her up? Now this is it. Under removing trespassers and ejecting disorderly persons for when force can be necessary under Nigerian law, we have it under three mix. It's a three mix law. We have law of tort, that is trespass. We have Criminal Code Act section 52 and 84. We also have license terms plus house rules. Now I'm going to be more particular about number 3, license terms plus house rules. It says for bars, clubs, events, as a bouncer, you are acting as an agent of the property owner. The owner has the right to refuse entry / service under contract law, so you can eject people who breach those rules. Now, it is not a matter of I'm coming to patronize or I'm not coming to patronize. Obviously, you have not come to patronize. You have come to disrupt activities in the lounge. You have come to pick people's money in the lounge, which the lounge fans at. It is against our rules. So even if you are coming to patronize us and the company do not want you to patronize them, they can still ask you to leave, and you have to leave, which is very simple. So now I took her outside, the others followed. The other one that I restrained earlier is the girl in that video. The particular one that I restrained Leslie is the girl in that video. Now I had no business with that one. The lady I even took out on my shoulders, she was outside. I kept mute. I did not even respond to them, even though they were shouting. You can clearly see from that video that I was not responding to them. Now that particular one in the video walked up and tried gaining entrance forcefully into the lounge again. I stood by the door and stopped her. She was saying she wanted taking her bag. I told her, your bag is not inside the lounge. Your bag is with your colleague outside, your friend outside, which was very obvious. Her bag was outside, but she was very adamant. She held me by my shirt. You can see clearly in that video that she held me by my shirt, dragging my shirt. If the fabric of my shirt was not strong enough, that shirt would have gotten torn and I would have been stripped naked publicly. I took her out. If you watch from that video, you see that I raised her, I carried her, took her outside the gate, left her there, walked back. She came again towards me, rushed towards me, continued dragging my shirt, and even to an extent my waist. She continued dragging my waist. I was very lenient with her now because I know so well that she had not hit me, she had not slapped me, neither did she bite me. So I was very, very careful enough. From that video you will see that even when I raised my hands to unwanted hitting her, I refrained from that. I took a pause because I knew that I had not been hit by her. I can only hit when I am being hit firstly. That I will know that is under the act of self-defense, which is very, very appropriate under the act of self-defense. That was why I restrained my hand. I did not hit her. The only thing I did was to take her down, to make her let go of me. And if you watch closely, you see that even when I took her down, I walked away immediately because I did not want trouble. I did not want to be in a situation or in any controversy. And thank God for that video. I walked away quietly down to my post. You could see it. You could see it very, very clearly there. You could see it very, very, very clearly there that I did not engage. I did not hit her. Now, to make this story sweeter, there have been claims around that I assaulted her, I harassed her. The funniest thing is, the next day, she came again with her same friends. They came again to party. Now, if someone who claims that you were assaulted and you were harassed, where did you get the strength and health from to come back there again the next day to come and party with no injury on your body? From the video, you can see clearly that her clothes was not torn. There are no evidences of bruises. She cannot come up and bring up any evidence of bruises on her made by me on her. You understand? This is clearly what the situation was. This is a proper narration of what actually transpired. So after I was able to make her let go of me, and the security officers there came out, because most of them, they were still trying to hold her. You can see that even when they were trying to hold her down, she was still coming towards me, trying to lift my leg and many other things, dragging me and the rest. In fact, to an extent, I feel I was the one that was even assaulted. To an extent, you get. We had to call the mobile police that was attached to that environment, to that premises. That was when he came and he asked them to leave. They left. Now, I want you to see this. They say best practice for guards and bouncers: de-escalate verbally first. From my narration, you would see that I went twice. I spoke with them verbally. I went twice. I won't give them the opportunity to order drinks, to patronize us, yet they were unable to do so. Use the minimum physical force needed to control and restrain. Now, I picked that lady gently on my shoulder, and I took her out. This was what I did. Never use weapons unless licensed and life is in danger. Now, I do not have a licensed weapon. From the video making rounds online, you can see clearly that I did not use any weapon on them. I did not use any weapon on them. Now, the next one: document the incident and hand suspect to police ASAP. Don't detain longer than necessary. You can see clearly again from my story that I did not detain them, and I also handed this case and the situation over to the police officer that was there. So this is basically a story, a full story narration from me as a person in that video, who to an extent my character as a person has been defamed, that I am an assaulter and I am an harasser. I am a harasser. Rather. That these claims are false, and this, with my narration, it is seen clearly that I have been exonerated from these certain claims of harassment and assault. Shalom. Thank you.